Hey, this is Jake from Thumb Destruction, and I am here talking to
Brendan Wantless from Team Tripleslash.
Team Tripleslash.
Team Tripleslash.
We actually didn't catch that when we were doing it.
That's like our little company name.
It's cool. And this is the Magnetic
by Nature.
Magnetic by Nature. I keep forgetting that. I just remember Magnetic because I remember everything about it. I'll set the name. It'll burn.
Right on.
Okay. What do you do?
So I'm an engineer on the game. I've been a programmer the whole time. I've also been doing like lead level design, so I kind of coordinate all the level design.
Right.
Kind of the progression throughout the game. And then a lot of special effects and things like that. So a lot of the particle systems you'll see throughout the game are for me. So
awesome. What kind of like challenges do you face as approaching level design when it comes to like platforming? Because like platforming, it can be super bland like an iOS game, or it can be incredibly deep like Meat Boy.
Right.
What are you doing to hurdle those?
Yeah, like you said, first you've got to get some really good inspiration material. I went back to my roots, a lot of Super Nintendo games like Donkey Kong, just like the really solid level design that's sort of captivating.
Any Crash Bandicoot?
A little bit, yeah. We have some guys that like that IP a lot. So that's one thing that's helped us a lot is we have such a wide variety of tastes throughout the team. We can pull from a lot of different source material to get ideas.
Yeah.
But then we really focus on our core game mechanic to try and use it in different ways throughout each zone.
Yeah, so another thing like with level design and stuff like that, there's 3 buttons. Like how
very
is it?
Simple.
Yeah, and with simplicity, I can see that being like incredibly challenging to overcome.
So that's something that's been interesting for us. We of course had tons of ideas for like let's do this mechanic. And eventually they just all got axed, and we stuck with the main core mechanic because we figured we can just make it awesome and juice it for everything it's got.
Yeah,
we
came up with that one like Halo, dude. You jump on that pearl, it just launches you. You're taking that and making a whole game of that. That is cool.
And we got 120 levels out of it through 5 zones, and there are some different mechanics along the way and a variety of puzzles. So it's really just about that level progression, and the player develops this skill with the mechanics. So they feel really awesome by the end. Like they can, defeat these really challenging levels.
How about like the art design, the art style? Because I'm thinking, BioShock mixed with like Fez's polar opposite, mixed with a lot of stuff. So.
Definitely, and we have some of the artists here. This is Evan back here. He's our environment artist. So all the amazing environments you see throughout the game are his doing, and then Becky is our lead art designer. I don't know where she went. But they really took that sort of Art Deco style, like BioShock, and kind of made it their own.
Yeah.
So it's like a mix of like 20s and 60s just kind of mashed together, like American architecture and things like that. So you get a lot of that feel throughout the game.
There was that's Mr. Composer, right?
This is our music composer, Lance Montgomery.
Evan, tap him on the shoulder. I want to ask him like 3 questions.
Yeah. He's
helping someone, so we can help them.
The soundtrack's on sale right now in a music bundle as well.
So we're talking about just the cohesive environment of level design matched with animation, matched with gameplay, blah blah blah. And you're the sound.
Yeah.
What did you do to help shape this to give that really casual, enjoyable yet interesting, and that niche thing that is? What did you do?
Well, there was definitely a lot of collaboration involved. The general consensus from the audio team, I worked with Evan and 2 others who are not here right now to kind of develop like the idea of the sound of the music and the sound effects as well. And the consensus was that it needed to be very mellow, but engaging and very modern and synthy.
Rap, it was that stuff that I could just listen to in my home just like all day.
Cool.
It's this peaceful ambience to it. So I mean, how do you craft that? Like, where do you draw your inspirations from to create something like that?
Well, I'm a big fan of artists like BT, if you've ever heard of him. A lot of the glitch kind of stuff. And I definitely implemented a lot of that kind of style.
What about like Rich Freeland? You like his stuff, Mr. Fez soundtrack?
Sure. Yeah.
That's like that. I play that crap all the time. It's wonderful. But this is just like a little bit more mellow than that, and I dig it. Yeah. Cool. It's really good stuff.
One thing that's super interesting about the soundtrack, I don't know if you know, is the layered element. I don't know if you want to talk about that, how it's sort of layered, and as you progress through the game, different layers will come in and out to sort of evolve the music as you're playing the game.
Right.
That's something we...
No, that's fun.
That was Lance's idea. So.
But even like teeny sound effects, though, how do you go from like, I think boing when I jump, and yet you gave like this really cool, it matches the background music, this like small sound effects.
Yeah, the sound effects were kind of a trial and error because originally I created some prototypes that were very real sounding, and we all kind of agreed that we needed to go more of a abstract synthetic kind of sound. And so a lot of the sounds I used are kind of hybrids. We got mixes of like even 8-bit kind of sounds with some real recordings.
That's kind of fun, like just knowing that you're, it's the process of even like great authors and stuff. You have to revisit and revamp and just redo so much and just kind of see where it takes you. But, very satisfied with them product. It was awesome. What do you like? I'm just gonna let you talk for like a couple minutes. What do you want to just show off about your game? Because
we can just jump right into it, and that'll help me sort of talk as I'm playing. Like, one of my favorite things about the game is how each of these friends really has sort of a theme and a style about them. Like when you're in Zone 2, it's all about the skyscrapers, that sort of stylized architecture. You jump into Zone 3 and it's more of an organic feel. So we'll just jump into the zone here. Everything from the level names, to the art. You'll notice these little cotton balls sort of interact with you. They'll fly away from you as you're going through the level. And so it each has its own feel. The color palette's very uniform in each zone.
It has just level of control. Like, let me point that. You can tell like this is like his game.
Yeah.
He just like snaps too. I was trying to figure out just how to go up.
Right.
And that's
you can tell. Yeah, I've been playing this game for a year and a half, and so it's pretty comfortable. I still die all the time. Like. The game gets very the game gets very hard right through the end. So we've really focused on that as well. Like me being in charge of level design, I've really focused on a nice curve as far as skill curve. And so it'll start out really easy and ramp up with the player's ability. And then by the 5th zone, it's for those people that want to be like masochists, that want to like be the meat boy, grinder. And so we have that for them. We also
like the one hidden thing in each level too, right? Like
there's a collectible for those kind of guys that the 100% completionist. There's hidden Easter eggs for people that want to discover things that are really hard to find. And then also we're really into speedrunning video games. If you've heard of IGD or Awesome Games Done Quick, AGDQ.
They make so much money for Breast.
Yes, and that's amazing. So we would love to be a part of that. That's not probably going to happen, but we'd love to get into that kind of thing. So we actually have a speedrun mode in the game, where once you beat the game, you can go play this mode and it will time you, and it's all set up to just do like a speed run of the game. And then there will be leaderboards.
That's kind of like a high score that you can
yes.
compete with your friends.
Yes, well, you compete with the world because there's going to be leaderboards implemented that are tracked across every platform throughout the world. So
I actually didn't hear about that yesterday.
So there will be worldwide leaderboards. That's already working. It'll be in the game. So
cool.
Yeah, we've got a lot of extra stuff to kind of get the community excited, get them involved.
And you guys are successfully greenlit?
Yes, we just got greenlit on like Wednesday. So we'll be on PC, Mac, and Linux. We're going to be on the Ouya first.
Out with the trifecta.
Yes.
That is very appreciated. Yes.
And we'll be on the Ouya, and then after that, we're going to look at getting on like PS4, Xbox One.
Amazon's stepping into the game. You're going to consider them as well?
And that's a new interesting. A lot of people have been asking us. That's like a new interesting possibility. So we're going to check out their platform. It looks like it's Android based. This game was
that slingshot.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Just letting it drop, and it's like a perfectly timed slingshot.
So the game was developed in Unity 3D. So if they come up with a port that would allow us to build to the Amazon platform,
that's right?
Yep.
That's awesome.
So, and also we try to give them some unique experiences. Like in this level, you don't expect to use the magnets like this.
No, I
love watching people play this because at first they're like, "What do I do?" Right? And then, anyone watching at home.
Level, there was just like a little thing in the top that you can like attract to.
Right.
We didn't know that.
Right.
My wife and I are just sitting here like, I don't know, do I jump off of this one, or we're trying to do stuff? And it was just like, no, just push R2.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So and that's like something we really focused on is the control scheme. We want it to be very easy to pick up. We didn't want the controls to get in the way of the experience.
Yeah.
So it's a very simple control scheme.
Simple and allows for mastery.
Yeah.
Which you're showing very well.
It's been a great experience developing that, and like we've been trying to really go to a lot of these conventions to get a lot of good player feedback, and we will often collect testing data. And
you were just telling me a kid literally like got to the end of the game, like he's in the final zone, just like he keeps coming back and just like Matt.
All 3 days is
that is so
and
cool.
So it's good to see people like get kind of hooked to the game and really enjoy it throughout the entire experience.
I love seeing just new and inventive platforms because one, you get this kind of metro simplistic art design that goes to it typically, but like that's just my style, man. Like,
awesome.
I love just the simplicity and the beauty of a game like this.
Awesome, I appreciate that.
I just straight shot or thought of Rapture right there.
Oh yeah,
Loaded.
for sure. That's a good comparison. really big fans of these really environmental or like thematic games. So things like BioShock. We're really into Limbo, how moody that game is.
Yeah, he mentioned that yesterday.
Yeah. So things like that are what we're into. So we try to give a similar experience that's very memorable and sort of, enveloping. So
I think we can just digest that and sit on that. But here's your big opportunity, obviously. Plug away, man. Like, where can people learn more?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So we have a couple websites. We're on Facebook, Team Tripleslash, Twitter @Team Tripleslash. Our website is magneticbynature.com. You can check us out soon on Steam. We'll be available for sale there. So we're just kind of all over the place. So you can Google Magnetic by Nature, you'll find us all over the place.
So way to do that at SEO, right?
Yep.
Search engine optimization. Well, thank you, and definitely check this out. This looks like a awesome platforming without platforms game. That is like their logo. I'm supporting it.
Right on.
Obviously, I'm liking it.
Right on. Very cool.
They gave it to me for free too. This has been Jake from Thumb Destruction, and just stay tuned for more.